Welcome, O Ramadan.
Good morning and welcome back to Radio Lynx. I hope you had a good Ramadan so far. If you've been struggling to find a routine and study time during Ramadan, stay tuned for some helpful tips. On the second edition of Ramadan Tuesdays, our guest, Selma, Dental Hygiene graduate from Q.F.I, will share with us the ways in which she utilizes her time during Ramadan. Hello Selma, and thank you for joining us today.
Hello everyone, my name is Selma. I'm a dental hygiene graduate from Q.F.I. I've been a student for quite a few years and I know it can get pretty hectic for us to study during Ramadan. And so I'm glad to be here today to share my own tips and help you guys study effectively while fasting.
Firstly, to begin, could you start by telling us how you study best? Do you prefer studying before iftar or after iftar?
So I personally like to study after iftar just because I feel more energetic, more awake after having food and especially water. Basically, eating makes me concentrate more in my studies. During the day, I do study, but I do not like to study more than 2 hours. Just because my focus levels are very low. I don't feel like my study is being effective.
You spoke about how important it is for you to study after iftar. Is there any foods you recommend while studying?
I'm actually going to go ahead and talk about the foods to not eat that are not really helpful, that will make you really crash after an hour, not even an hour, after 30 minutes. So all sweets and sugary foods, it's better to stay away from them because they're not really helpful when it comes to a long-term focus. They're really for the short term. You feel like you're energetic for a few minutes, but then you crash after an hour. So I would suggest to basically eat some nuts. Nuts are really good for focus. I would really recommend the unsalted nuts. The salted ones, they make you get really thirsty, and since it's a month of Ramadan, we want to stay away from those kind of salty foods and sweet foods.
And how about exam week during Ramadan? How do you divide your workload? And what does a typical study day look like for you?
Well, first of all, I like to plan ahead. I like to have some sort of schedule to basically know where I am heading to. So I would technically start studying a week before my exams, and I would not really study too much during the day. But I don't actually just not do anything during the day. I still study. I do try to not get myself exhausted. I take several breaks during the day. And then I get back. If I feel like I can go ahead and study, I get back to studying. If I don't feel like I am energetic to do so, I stop studying for the day. And then I continue after iftar.
Thank you, Selma, for these helpful tips.
Thank you, Dana, for having me today. I do hope that my few tips and advice were helpful to some of you. I wish you all success in your studies and Ramadan Mubarak to all.
This was Selma, Dental Hygiene graduate from the College of the North Atlantic here in Qatar. We hope this segment was helpful for all you students out there. We will meet again next week for the final episode of Ramadan Tuesdays. This was your host, Dana Ziani.